The United Nations was created in 1945 as an answer to World War II, the deadliest conflict ever. It was meant to be humanity's barrier against war and destruction, and against the nuclear threat that was ever so present. As the second UN Secretary General, Dag Hammarskjöld, said, the United Nations was created not to leave mankind to heaven, but to save humanity from hell. It's been 70 years now, and these principles are still those followed by the UN, which has become the most influential NGO in the world. The decisions made by the UN are supposed to be respected by all world leaders, and some even are legally binding, like those taken by the Security Council under Chapter 7 of the Charter. The UN is an astonishing enterprise, which is now composed of 17 specialized agencies, 14 funds, and a secretariat with 17 departments employing 41,000 people. Along with these employees are more than 120,000 peacekeepers, mostly deployed in Africa. Some of the agencies or branches of the UN are more notorious than others. Branches like the UNICEF or the WHO. These organizations deal with specific matters. The UNICEF deals with children and their rights in general, whilst the WHO deals with public health in the world. There also is a program that deals with climate change. The UNFCCC has been signed by 193 parties and has a secretariat of its own, headed by Cristina Figueres. Any action or agreement made on climate change needs to be international, or if it's not the case, its impact would be minimal. Even though the UN has no direct power on all countries, it has an authority, and whilst government can turn away from other NGOs, the UN cannot be ignored. So when the UN calls for a conference of parties, a COP, the parties answer the call. But as we have seen, that is not enough. In 2009, in Copenhagen, at the COP15, the leaders failed to find an agreement that would replace the Kyoto Protocol. The COP21 has the same goal, but this time there might not be a second chance. As Ban Ki-moon, current UN Secretary General, said, we may be the last generation that's able to take action against climate change, understating that if we fail, it might be too late.